a sudden, I found myself in love with the world. So there was only one thing that I could do, was ding-a-ding-dang, my dang-along-ling-long.
Does everybody remember the what was supposedly a missile launch off the coast of California a couple of years back? And everybody said, "Oh no, that wasn't a missile." There's been a couple of them. There was one more recently where it looked like a plume going up through the sky, and this was up in I want to say Northern California, Washington. They said, "Oh no, it was a helicopter coming through the clouds with a big spotlight on." Okay. It was a balloon, right? And then there was another one before that where they saw a big, launch trail that went out, and everybody's kind of, they said, "Oh well, it wasn't anything we did, and wasn't anything we knew of, and blah blah blah." And then it got memory hold, but it was like, wait a minute, that was right around the time that Argentinian sub got sunk down south.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was all around that time, which was kind of weird.
All kinds of stuff goes on that we're not,
And we just don't get the full story. We get a half-ass story, and it's just like
I don't know if we get much of a story at all. If you read the quote-unquote real news, i.e. USA Today or CNN or MSNBC, look through it and tell me how much of that is actual news that's going on. I mean, they just repeat the same junk over and over and over again.
Well,
right?
you ever
and
notice
a lot of it's media entertainment is really what it is. It's not the actual news.
It is, and if you look at their talking points, you go from one channel to the next. It's like they all have the same talking points, which is really odd.
It's got to be ratings. They don't care. I mean, so many things are going on in the world, which they decide to pick up on through the Associated Press or through Reuters or whomever, about what's actually a hot topic.
Kids in a cave.
It's unfortunate because I think that there's so many interesting things that go on in the world, in the science world, in particular mathematics world, that are actually real news, right? Real news is in they're actually happening and advancements and so on and so forth, but yet you still look on your phone and the topic of the day is what Trump tweeted.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not going to stop.
No.
If he was going to stop, he would have stopped like 2 weeks in when somebody told him to stop tweeting, and he's like, yeah, screw you. I'm going to keep tweeting.
This is right. He can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants.
President of the United States.
Did you see that thing on Nancy Pelosi?
No, I did not. Well, she's always shooting off her mouth
that video.
about something.
No. She's up for re-election, and she has the majority to stay in her current position. That woman's just complete space cadet. I don't care which side you're on. She's not with it.
No. She's probably should be put in a home for people that need care.
Yeah, she's been there. I mean, how long has she been in that position? I don't know. Let's say 15, 20 years.
Didn't we come up with the number? She's like worth like $14 or $15 million or something like that, and she's been making like $140,000 a year for 20 years. How do you do that?
Yeah, a lot of fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they would want to keep her in control. The Democrat Party is not
They're not doing well right now.
Not right now. They need a leader. They don't have a clear leader at this point. Who would be aside of who we're going to go to war with? We'll get back to that.
Tom Hanks. Maybe we
who's a clear leader in the Democrat Party?
What was it? They had the crazy guy. Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi.
No, there was that one guy. He's still walking around. His son.
You're talking about, he ran for president back in, his thing is what tanked him. He was a doctor.
Yeah.
Out of Vermont, I think.
Well, his son's an
Howard
Dean.
Dean.
It was interesting to see that he was actually at the top of the ranks until he did that speech. If you ever look up Howard Dean Yeehaw or something like that on Google or YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm sure they did a dub mix of it somewhere.
Well, it's interesting. I was actually watching that live when that occurred, and he had just come out of some convention, I think, and he had done really well on the pole.
He was a little pumped up.
He was pumped up, and he had his sleeves rolled up, and he got a little too hot for his own good, and did this yeehaw thing. And I remember thinking that was a big mistake. Even when he did it, it makes you look unstable. And sure enough, they dumped him the next day. They put him as the head of the DNC.
Mm-hmm. And that's when Wasserman and Schultz took over, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was cornering him basically, like, get out. We'll give you a new position. He'd be head of DNC for a little while, and then they got rid of him. And then they pushed him towards the back. I don't know if he's coming back or not, but
he keeps shooting off his mouth every once in a while. But did you hear the story about his son? His son was actually caught at an Antifa rally and got arrested for some sort of assault charge or carrying a weapon or some crazy thing like that. Yeah. So his son's kind of getting into some trouble.
I don't blame the candidates or whoever for their kids stuff. I mean, even look at the Trump kids are all trust fund babies, right?
Oh yeah.
Like the Kardashian kids, whatever.
Are the Kardashians even trust fund?
Well, let's call it legacy money, right? They're not where they are because they're just a bunch of pretty girls running around. The Kardashian father had passed away a long time ago, but he was actually one of the attorneys for the O.J. Simpson case.
O.J. Simpson, yeah, that's what it was. That's his claim to fame, right?
And then the mom, whatever, old lady Kardashian. What's her name?
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner.
Yes.
She married.
Bruce.
Bruce.
Caitlyn.
Bruce. Caitlyn.
Bruce. She married Bruce Jenner, and he was in the Wheaties box. So no, that's like, to me, that's legacy money. It happens a lot in Hollywood. You don't get into Hollywood unless you're, generally connected to somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Paris Hilton's kind of same thing. I mean, it's not like she's not the only pretty girl on the planet, right? She's the one that kind of started all this nonsense, right? Mm-hmm. Paris Hilton did.
It's kind of like the royals. You don't sneak into the royal family. Well, the last one kind of did, but there's pedigrees involved.
Meghan Markle, is that her name?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't know how she got in there. I don't know.
She must have something on the Queen.
She's got to. I could see. First of all, and I apologize to our audience, which we do have over in the UK, by the way. I just don't think there should be royal families. I don't even know what they do. They don't do anything. They just walk around.
Don't say that.
It's kind of tradition.
Why can't I say that?
Tradition.
Okay, what do they do though?
Well, they kind of hold together all the big money people. That's kind of what my opinion of it is. That you got the royals, you got all the families, you got this family, that family, and they all kind of hang out. And it's like, okay, now we got to suck up to the royal family.
If the royal family did something, I'd understand. But they don't do anything. They just go to Wimbledon and the Super Bowl. They get free tickets.
Go to the Super Bowl.
They get free tickets to everything.
Well, that's what I got to sign up for.
I appreciate the tradition of it, but the reality is I'm not sure what they actually do. That's all I'm saying. What's Prince Harry do? What does he do? Okay.
A lot of charity work.
Yeah.
They do.
That's because they're told to. Look at Meghan Markle. She was told to get off of all her social media before she married him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You're not permitted to talk for yourself.
Nope. They have one social media account for the entire family.
Oh, so once she gets rolled up into that, well, it kind of I don't know. It makes sense. You don't want people.
Does she look like she belongs in there though? I get the Kate one. She kind of looks like she belongs. Meghan looks more like a soap opera star or something. Wasn't she on a TV show?
She was.
I think she was an actress,
yes.
Yeah.
She's an actress here in America. She's American.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
I just don't think she looks like she belongs there.
We will see.
Well, whatever. She was at Wimbledon, just chilling out.
Everybody
As
was
if she
Wimbledon.
really cares about tennis. You know, it's an elitist sport.
Cost some money. Again, back to the money. It's just the people, the money circle. They all hang out.
Oh man, well, okay, if you're gonna have princes and queens and kings in the UK, which is more whatever, in Ireland or Scotland, any of Europe, right? Duchess and Yorks and all this stuff. Then why get on about it in the Middle East? Then they have it too. Princes and so on and so forth, born into money. You know, I've seen all these people on LinkedIn, by the way, lately that have been approaching me. They all have this garb on. They look like Prince Sultan or something. You know.
Oh, really?
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
Hmm.
They're like, we need you to be our front for $50 million and
We need your bank account number.
follow the Holy Grail, huh? The bank. I was watching Indiana Jones the other day. I got stuck on that.
I need $50,000 in order to be able to give you $100,000. Hey, sign me up.
Right. This is, yeah, and like people try to latch on to your name. They don't even spell my name right. They're like, you know, and they can't even talk properly, but they got that Sultan King Saudi Arabia looking thing on, you know, to make them look like they're somebody.
There's been some changes in Saudi Arabia. That whole family's gotten cleaned up.
Yeah, some guy came in a year or two ago.
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
He arrested like everybody.
He arrested everybody for corruption, bribery, all the things that make the Middle East.
Well, how the hell did they end up on my social media then? They're all in prison.
Oh, they
They're all
hold them up in a
like,
hotel and
texting me all day.
question them all day.
That's probably how they're trying to get out.
That's what it is. They got some money to launder.
They're in prison on YouTube, commenting on my videos.
Well, we're up to 80 views on one of them.
It's more than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's behind the scenes data. It's actually 10. It's actually 80,000.
80,000?
Oh, sorry,
Is
that
he
wasn't funny.
pulling my leg?
No, it's 80K. Yeah.
Really? Now, is that cumulative across all of them?
That's cumulative with me and Justin Bieber included.
Oh, okay.
on 2 seconds of one of his videos.
You set up the Justin Bieber troll account. The real Justin Bieber.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just spelled differently. It's like
Bieber.
Justin Bieber. And I put a picture of like, it's like half me, half
I was
him.
wondering how you had 1.5 million followers all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. Well, he called me the other day.
Can't trust those technology dudes.
I remember I discovered Justin Bieber, by the way. Ask.
Who?
What?
I did. I saw him on YouTube, and I was like, that kid's going to be a star. He's a little knucklehead, but he'll be a star. This is before he's popular.
He's still having a rough time even when he's popular.
Oh, listen, how can you blame the kid? I mean, you're like 15 years old. You got like $20 billion in a Lamborghini and a bunch of women crawling all over you. What are you going to do? What would I do? If I was back then, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
Yeah, that would be hard to handle.
What do you do? What can you do? You can't even blame the kid. You know.
Well,
It's
it
like,
goes to
I'm
your head. Fame is tough.
Well,
Fame is
especially
tough.
when you're 14, 15 years old and you got like, you know, a million
No, you're not equipped to
screaming
handle
girls at you.
Yeah.
When I was in school, I had the girls screaming at me to get away from them.
Yeah.
I know.
Leave me alone. Stop following me.
You smell like Play-Doh.
Oh, you smell like, that's the guy that eats Play-Doh. And tries to change colors with water. He's crazy. Yeah, no. The only girls screaming at me at 14 were screaming to get away. Well, they're sure if that's entirely true, but going back to the views, yeah. With Justin Bieber's views, we got plenty.